Welcome back to the vStudio. Right now we have Paddy Payne at the vStudio, who is from AP. So Paddy, could you share with us some of the trends you see taking place in the media industry today?
Sure. Well, Josephine, thank you for the introduction. It's great to be able to talk to you today. And it's really good to be at Broadcast Asia again. We come here every year. Although we visit our customers individually, for us, Broadcast Asia is a great way of seeing lots of people in one place at one time. So, why are we as AP, the Associated Press, why are we as the oldest editorial, the oldest news organisation in the world, why are we in a technology trade show?
Yeah.
Well, we're here because we're an innovative company. We've been innovating since we were founded in the 1840s as a not-for-profit news cooperative, and we're still a not-for-profit news cooperative, which just wanted to tell a true story. So we've been innovating ever since then. And one of the key innovations we want to show you at the show today is called AP Playbook, and it's for planning. If you're producing news as a broadcaster or a digital news outlet, it's to help you plan your coverage and manage your editorial assignments. But I wanted to say a little bit about AP and AP as an innovator, which it's been for many years. Now, if you go back many years, we would talk about broadcast, and indeed APB is called broadcast. Yes. But you cover a lot more than broadcast right now, because you cover IP delivery and you cover digital news and all kinds of things. And so we've also evolved as an organisation, and a lot of what we do is not just about our editorial standards, but it's about adopting the benefits of new technologies and bringing those to the benefit of our customers. So I'd like to give you a couple of examples of that. So, for example, these days when everyone is carrying a camera in their pocket, UGC or user-generated content, that is something that every newsroom is now bombarded with. So how do you, as a journalist, how do you know that the content that you've just received, that the video you've just received is genuine? Well, we are, as AP, we're part of a Google News initiative, and we're developing a system that helps automatically verify that video content is from where it says it's from, that the person who submitted the footage is genuine, that they are who they say they are, and some other key metadata which help verify that this is real. So that's an example of a key tool which enhances the editorial credibility of a news organisation. And we as the AP want to use that, but also our customers want that as well. So we're collaborating in that kind of environment. We've also been an innovator in the field of, that's a good example, virtual reality. So we have some VR immersive reporting. We're an innovator in terms of algorithmic journalism. So using artificial intelligence. Many years ago, we used to have some of our top journalists reporting on the big conglomerates, the big financial institutions, as they would report regularly, particularly on the world stock exchanges. Well, we realized that a lot of what they were doing was formulaic, so they were reporting data that followed certain standards and patterns, and also they would report quarterly and then annually. And we were able to get, with a technology partner, we were able to automate a lot of that reporting, a lot of the number crunching. You draw a lot of the conclusions out of it, and then we take our best journalists, and then they run the analysis on what the automated intelligence has delivered. So our customers get 10 times as many reports they had before, with more data and with our top analysis on top. So that's another example of us innovating and adopting the benefits of technology. So to come back to the newsroom, and that's where I belong, if you like. So for 20 years, the AP has been a market leader in providing what we call ENPS. So it was the world's first newsroom computer system. It was designed originally for the BBC, and it's updated every year, and it's now used by 800 newsrooms around the world. So they're producing their news. So it's a tool for journalists to work together and produce a news bulletin, whether it's on a TV bulletin or whether it's published online. So that's if you like, a key area of expertise for us, and we're very proud of that as a success story. But something that we're launching this year is called AP Playbook. I mentioned it earlier on.
Yep.
And that, if you like, builds on the expertise that we have from ENPS as a developer of newsroom technology. But also, we as the AP have identified a problem we have as a news organization.
Okay.
And the more we talk to customers, broadcasters, digital news organizations, they have the same problem. So it's exciting to be able to solve our problem and theirs at the same time. So what it does, fundamentally, Playbook helps you plan your news coverage, not just in individual silos. So we as a news organization, we have a video business, we have a text business, we have a photo business, we have an archive business, and so on. But we discovered that there was duplicated effort between those different divisions. We had too many people in different systems approaching maybe the same story but from different angles.
Yep.
What Playbook does is it brings all those into one place, and it allows you to say, okay, here's an idea for a story we want to cover. How are we going to cover it? Are we going to cover it with a camera crew? Are we going to cover it with a text journalist? Do we have someone who has both those skills? Of course we do. But then if we're sending a bigger crew to cover it, we want to track the costs of that story. We want to track the additional overhead costs for a story. So what would it cost us as an organization to cover this particular story in a different region? There may be travel costs or satellite costs or feed costs, for example. And increasingly, journalists are not just focused on their keyboard, but they now may have to operate a camera. They may now have responsibility for a budget as well. So they've got to be able to track the costs of a story. So there is removing the duplication of effort. There's tracking the story costs. There's managing the output, where this story is going to go. And you can do all of those things inside AP Playbook. And as I say, we've brought the benefit of this to our own business inside AP. We've been sharing it with some customers in a sort of trial basis, and they keep coming up with new ideas, saying, yes, you've hit on something here, but what about adding this on as well? And we've been able to build in some new features. So it's launching later this year, and we'd be delighted to come and tell you about it again next year.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Paddy, the things about AP it's doing and innovation. So I hope AP will have a great Broadcast Asia show this year.
Yeah, we hope so too. It's great to meet you, Josephine. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.